everyone. All right. Well, now Cheryl's a ghost, but that's okay, because that's intentional. So, you guys are making your way back through the Denmar Pass, and you hear the sounds of Duergar searching for the prisoners. Sylra, I believe, pointed out what they were saying as they were currently speaking Undercommon.
She did. They were looking around for those prisoners, right?
They were.
Oh, that's not the right one. That's not the right one at all.
They sound like they were far or close, or?
Sylra, why don't you make a perception check in the tower, please? And maybe you can determine their proximity. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted.
Where the heck did my tower go? There.
We're having a night here. It's really hard to tell with how windy these tunnels are and how much noise echoes, but you think they're quite a ways off still.
They seem to not be too close by. To be okay.
Well, we have to go back past them to get out. We can wait here and hope we go away, or hope they go away, or try to sneak around them and possibly end up fighting them.
Which way are they coming from?
That way. Brielle points to the not area they just came from.
Well, like I said, I don't know much about Duergar, so if you think it's best to avoid them, then we can try that.
Shanks, can I eat a handful of good berries?
Can you get a handful of good berries?
Can I just pop a handful? I'm down some hit points.
How many good berries do you have?
I've been keeping track. I've still got 10. Nobody ate any. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Maybe they're not that good. Just saying.
They're average berries at best.
They're mid-berry.
Mid-berry. Cool. Well, I can help us hide and sneak. Everybody stay close.
Is that it's an action to eat one, right?
Yeah. It is an action, yes, if that matters for reasons.
So we're just standing there for like a minute while he eats them.
I'm only eating 3. It's 12 seconds. Or 18.
Yeah.
I don't like the amount of thinking you're doing right now. Can you stop
Yeah, it's
that?
disconcerting.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, but unfortunately, no, I'm not going to stop thinking this moment.
Dang. Can I even get a persuasion check or anything?
Not that. No, not that. Actually.
I see what you're doing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now we do.
You're moving them
things around
for action.
that is correct.
Eat faster!
Just shoving them down his throat.
As you're like considering what to do, and Rhowan's like sitting here, now and mowing down on these freaking berries. uh, all of you hear these heavy footfalls coming from the western tunnel. Though none of you can see where they're coming from, they sound and feel quite close.
Rhowan, I think it's time to stop snacking.
Put them away very quickly.
Well, they seem a lot closer now.
Are we hiding or fighting, guys?
I figured we were waiting for him to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, then that's what's happening.
Yeah. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, you get out your focus and you start weaving a spell, and right as like the dampening effect of this spell kind of covers all of you, like simultaneously as that's happening, you hear a voice call out loudly in the tunnel. Sylra, being the only one who can understand it as it's an undercommon, he yells out, "Fresh meat, boys!"
Oh well, it was worth a try.
Ah, dang, they're over here.
You sound so like, ah, dang, they're here.
Ah, darn.
He secretly
Those
wants to
darn
just kill them,
Duergar.
so.
Yay! What an excellent use of the second level spell slot.
I'm sorry, but like
Are
he was
you?
waiting to see what you're casting.
Are you?
A little bit.
Don't believe you.
I don't believe you either.
If they sound like they were getting closer, could Brielle like kind of run to the bottleneck of this to try and block them?
Yeah, why don't you roll initiative and
Okay.
we'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh,
Yeah, let's get some initiative rolls going.
that's good. That's her best thing.
My best thing is just be a wall.
Well, Rowan's ready for it.
Damn.
I'm not.
Brielle is not going to make it there in time.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
All right. Well, Rowan, then it is to you.
Should I be putting on combat music?
Almost certainly, yes.
Maybe they're just coming to welcome us. You don't know.
Yes, welcoming the fresh meat.
I presently cannot see anybody.
That is accurate.
Cool.
Duergar be like that.
Duergar have this innate ability to
To become invisible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should point out that they don't get advantage on run for that.
Good to know.
I guess I'll just stay put and take the dodge action until I can see something.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah. All right, then it's to Wren.
I would imagine that Brielle was still lighting my way, right?
Yeah.
Because currently I see nothing.
Yeah, every like hour she's just touching your person.
Okay, then I'll put a light back on her. Light spell. Boop. There we go.
And you said we heard it coming from the west.
Yes. Yeah. Though none of you, including the one with superior dark vision, has seen anyone, though the
Understand.
voice was nearby.
Oh, sorry. Actually, right there.
There?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if Ren knows that they're invisible. I don't think she would. So if it becomes obvious that they're like right here, I'm gonna try to take an attack action. I know it'll be at disadvantage, but
So you're holding an attack action for when
Yes.
you know their location.
when I figured they're like close by, but I can't see them, if that's the case. Maybe they aren't invisible and there's something else going on. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that brings us to Duergar 1.
I'm seeing things pop up. I don't like that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so very suddenly, and out of curiosity, like, why don't they get advantage on Wren?
The alert feed says that creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you.
Fantastic. Well then, without being an advantage, it suddenly lobs a javelin in your direction. And in doing so, reveals its position. But Wren has quick reflexes, and as it launches the javelin and suddenly appears, you see the implement soaring through the air towards you, and you're able to dodge aside behind the cave wall. It clatters off.
Yeah, I imagine it just like goes like right by her hair. It's like
And I think they only get the one attack. So, that's its turn. However, there's a lot of others that are now moving.
The amount of time that you were taking to click all these creatures is concerning.
I get
Alright.
that,
One
but
doesn't
also
take that
part
long.
of it is doing measurements, so don't get too nervous.
Only one monster for every 3 clicks. It's fine.
All right, so
Start counting clicks.
yeah, we
You're-
listen closely
you're
enough.
actually hearing footfalls like coming in the distance. Like the other ones are hiding at this point. You hear sprinting.
Would that have triggered my held action?
No, because you specified if it was like close to you, which it is 25 feet away.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going to cast Eldritch Blast. And yes.
Yeah, suddenly seeing your opponent appear before you, you wind up your force power and strike out with this dark energy, but it just like glances right off his shield. It's the end of turn for you.
Going to move 15 feet over.
Yeah. Brielle, finally.
Yay! I'm just gonna, run. Towards the guy.
Yeah.
And oh, sorry, go.
No, you start running towards it, and it's looking at Brielle and is kind of like its vision goes from Wren, like focused right in on you, as it sees this very large woman approaching. He hikes his shield up, kind of thing. And
Going to grab my new +1 hand axe and try and throw it at him.
absolutely.
Oh, I didn't target him. Ignore that.
That is a miss anyway. So
That's okay.
yeah. You chuck the hand axe, and once again, just he bats it away, and you can actually hear it clatter off the far wall and like back into darkness.
Oh no.
Not my +1.
I remember to pick that up.
Yeah. That's my turn.
All right, Rhowan.
All right, let's see. I am 40 feet from this lovely gentleman,
Yeah.
which... Let's see. Doesn't use sneak language. Okay. Then I will be close within 30 feet of it, so it should be about there, maybe?
Yep, that's 30 feet.
Perfect. I'm going to shoot a thorn whip at it and try and pull it a little bit closer to Brielle.
Yeah,
Nice.
go for it. He doesn't even seem to be focused on you. In fact, you're almost completely eclipsed by Brielle being between you.
Hey!
Oh, hot
Yeah.
damn! That's a nat 20. Yeah, so
Oh.
with him focused in on Brielle, that thorn whip goes right around his neck, and you can see it tearing into flesh. Give us a damage roll.
It should auto do the crit stuff,
It will
right?
auto crit damage, yeah. And
Boom.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. You pull and you see blood pouring down his armor. The scale mail now being glistened with thick, dark Duergar blood.
Nice. And he gets pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Absolutely. Fortunately for him, that was exactly where he was planning to go anyway. You can see though, as he like pulls it free from his neck, he looks around Brielle and he goes, "Like it rough, do ya?"
Is that an undercommon?
Yep.
No idea what he says.
Sylra here. All of the dialogue is going to be.
She's
for
going to be
Sylra's
laughing.
sake. All
Wait,
right.
what'd he say?
Assuming that was sorry, I assumed there, but are you, is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have a bonus action that I want to do, so yeah, I'll be done.
All right, Wren.
Well, I guess there's only one person to attack right now, isn't there?
It certainly seems that way.
All right, let's try that then. Wren is going to, as soon as she recovers from like being surprised at this creature suddenly appearing, she's going to like draw her blade and chuck it at him, and I think she gets sneak attack for that.
Oh yeah, you get Brielle within range there, so
Did I apply it? Yes, I did. I did it this time. Be
Yeah.
proud
you
of
did
me.
it in the right order of operations. Your psychic blade goes straight up under his ribs, and you can see just as he's like preparing something magical, his eyes just go cold, and he just falls helplessly to the side.
She is going to kind of close one eye and try to listen out for another person. And I don't know how that works. Could she try to just make it an attack at some random spot here? Like,
I mean, you could. You could also like potentially make perception checks to see if you can find the location, even if you can't physically see them.
all right, I'll do that.
Yeah, you look around and like you're listening and you're hearing heavy footfalls coming, still at a fair bit of a distance, but like it doesn't seem like at least any of the ones you're hearing would be able to conceal their position where they hear with how loud they are. Like you're hearing metal clattering and you know all of that. You don't detect anyone else in this room except your allies at the moment.
Okay. Then she'll go just kind of sidle up against the wall, press her back flat against it, and she goes, is there any more in here? And that'll be at the end of her turn.
All right.
I never drop concentration on Pass Without Trace, so if anybody does want to hide that's within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, Wren, you can do that as a bonus
Yeah,
action.
that's true. I just usually use both my attacks, so. Which would be a +10, right?
Yes. So that's a 32 for your hide.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, like Wren kind of slips up against the wall, and even any of you looking for her you see a cave wall. Like it.
I feel like she maybe uses like her changeling abilities to make her skin like less bright.
You're like octopusing against the wall.
Yeah.
Sylra, you hear and see first a Duergar running down this narrow passage towards where the fight is taking place. From this point, he yells out, "Goblar, no!" Goblar.
What a name.
Not Gobbler.
Not Gobbler, no. He's not gobbling anything. He's gobbling things.
Sure.
Clear distinction.
Yeah. In Duergar culture, it's very important that you distinguish between the two things. And I said distinguish now, so, you know.
Words are hard.
Wait, what? Because
What?
you are 3. Where's... There you are. Oh boy. So much distance. I didn't expect you guys to engage them while they were so spread out like that.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, Sylra, back to you, and Brielle's on deck.
Okay, so can I like see how far away this Duergar is? These are not on the map.
Oh, I forgot you were the one that went all the way up in that north, so you actually can't see them around the corner. My mistake.
Okay.
You can hear him though.
Okay.
It sounds like he's about in the mouth of that tunnel.
She is actually going to move over here and then hide since she's within range of.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Oh, Jay.
All right, that makes that. And that's with a +10 from the pass without trace. Feel confidently hidden. And that's your turn.
Yep.
Brielle, you can see him over there, right?
I see no one right now.
Oh, my mistake. Hold on. How about now?
I see one.
Yep. That's how
Yo!
many you should see.
Okay. I'm gonna run up there and then I'm gonna like look and see that Wren and well, I'm
What?
not gonna see them, but
Hence my
So someone just tipped us $70. Like, what?
What?
thanks, mystery person.
Yes, thank you very much, mysterious giver of gifts. We're very
Yeah,
appreciative.
sorry. Sorry,
oh,
mate.
you're good.
I
You're
just dropped
good.
it.
That's great.
So, sorry, Brielle is running in towards the mouth of the cave there.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of stand there. She's gonna hold an action, so whenever something gets within her range, like melee range, she'll attack it. But she'll kind of just like look around and notice that no one's there really, and just like look at Rhowan and be like, "Should I be hiding? Am I doing this wrong?" That's my turn.
You're
Awesome.
doing great, sweetie.
What's
Sylra,
Brielle
you
doing?
heir
Her
around the
best,
corner
okay?
this Duergar say, "That's right, bring your pretty little gob over here."
I don't like that.
Rhowan, it's to you.
Now it's my turn to measure things.
Wait, not on stream.
Let's see. I will, I guess, dip down this way a little bit and see if I can see anything. And I can't.
How long is your dark vision?
60 feet.
Yeah, you're like just shy of it.
Our eyes are north right now.
Well, if I don't see anything, then I was going to keep going.
Yeah, go like 5 more feet.
All right. I'll go a little bit more than that. I'll go 10 feet.
Oh, look at you, 10.
Wow.
Big spender.
Feeling
Yeah.
adventurous.
And then with that, I can see he is still quite far away. 50 feet. What am I gonna do? 50-foot range. Yeah, sure. Do I have a line on a guiding bolt from there? I assume I do because I can see him.
Yep. Yeah, if you can see him, you got line of sight, generally speaking.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's hold up my staff, and
once again, completely eclipsed by Brielle, he's focused entirely on her.
Yeah.
You're just kind of poking around behind her and chucking magic again.
Ooh, not as good.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not what you want. This bright beam of radiant light just streaks down the tunnel, and you see it collide with the back wall in this like fancy display of radiant magic. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect anyone.
But the next attack against the wall has advantage.
Yes, if anyone wants to attack the unmoving wall, you have advantage on it.
And then I'll just step over there with the rest of my movement, so I am maybe a little bit out of direct line of sight.
Everyone's running this way, so I feel like Wren's gonna do that.
All right. Yeah, you just get him into view.
Thank goodness, because my vision sucks. And he's within range. That's nice. Yep, so she's gonna run up, and I think she'll be drawing both of her daggers this time. So tell me how this works, because she is hidden, but then she came running around. I assume she's not hidden anymore, correct?
I mean, you're in darkness. However,
Well, not really,
actually,
because I have a light.
You're lit. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. He can
Yeah,
see
I'm
you.
not hidden.
You're a light
Yeah,
source
that's what I
moving
figured.
around the room.
All right. Then I don't get the sneak attack.
In his head, he's like, "Where's that light coming from? Oh, it's a shiny girl. Okay."
Doesn't matter.
Just gonna make sure my yeah, okay. I didn't know if the sneak attack continued.
You don't get sneak attack on that.
No, I didn't know if it disappeared afterward.
Yeah, it's a one use. So
Wounded.
yeah, you chuck your first psychic blade, and it right into the shoulder, and then just dissipates away. And the other one across the other shoulder. And you just hear him growl.
And then I'm gonna use my finishing move, which is step behind Brielle.
I feel like at this point, Brielle's just used to things whizzing past her.
She's gonna come away from this thinking like that's what adventuring is, just having stuff go by you.
End of turn.
Awesome. Just doing the boring parts first. Getting that out of the way.
The boring part of letting us win this fight.
Sure. I'll let you win if you earn it. Alright then, let's do this. Says in Undercommon still, as he moves over to here, making space. Can you see? You cannot. None of you can see what he's making space for, which is fine. However, as he steps to the side, he also begins weaving magic within his hand. As he touches his own chest, he begins to grow.
ugh.
Fun.
So, yeah, he is. He's bigger than Brielle now.
Not for long.
And oh, that's not even an action. Okay. Well then, as he's doing that, he's also going to chuck something at Brielle, because it's the only person he can see.
That's fine.
Nope.
You do have advantage, I will say.
Oh yeah, thanks, Chad. Let's do it again. Nope.
Perfect.
Yes, use your advantage. Got you.
He chucks this javelin at Brielle. How does she deflect?
Just the shield. Just the like
Shield up.
instant block.
Yeah, you notice that like the javelin has increased in size too when he threw it, and it hits you
Oh.
with like a ton of force. It being steel all the way through, but you do deflect it away. You just
think-
may be aware that these pose more of a threat now.
I think Wren is like, that is a very well-made shield.
Yeah. My dad made it, thanks.
That's going to be their turn, so we're back to Sylra.
She is gonna move here.
Sylra takes a nap.
Awesome. She can finally.
Isn't
see
catnap a
something.
spell?
It is.
Let's take a little rest in the middle of battle.
It still takes 10 minutes.
Well, maybe battle will take 10 minutes. I don't know.
Big battle.
She is going to cast All the Dead on the one that she can see.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been wounded, so you will get to use the D12. However, that's one heck of a success. You point, and this rings out through the tunnel, echoing and reverberating off every wall. Doubly so the one that was hit by Guiding Bolt. And the Duergar, however, just kind of looks over Brielle at you and just shakes his head disappointedly.
Not disappointedly.
He's not mad, he's disappointed.
He's
That's
just
Oh, no.
She's
disappointed.
gonna say
For
the
approval.
worst word in Undercommon.
He seems content to hear that. Brielle.
I'm gonna move 10 feet and I'm gonna hold an action for if anything comes in melee. I don't
Alright.
want to give up this position.
That makes sense. Yeah. Rhowan.
Yeah, I'll duck out here and see the tall guy and like, oh
Yeah.
crap. Hey, Brielle, do you want to get even taller?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think I'm a good size.
It'll help. Just for now. Just for now.
Okay. Okay.
I'll cast enlarge on Brielle.
Yeah, totally.
What does that do?
That's going to make you double in size, and you'll get to add a D4 to strength attacks, I believe, like to the damage rolls.
Nice.
And if you do a strength check or a strength save, you'll have advantage on those.
Yeah,
Beauty.
so if one of them decides to grapple you or something.
Yeah. Then I'll step back where they can't see me because I'm concentrating on a spell. And I
Yeah.
can't do
and I'm
anything
gonna-
else.
I'll remove pass without trace
Yeah.
from you.
I should. Let's see. Enlarge effect.
Yeah, she's got it on her.
I need to. It's concentration. So I don't know why it did that. I'll just. I don't know how to make me give it concentration.
Yeah, I don't know. It might know that that's your concentration. It might not. We'll see.
We'll We'll find out.
We'll find out. All right. That's Rowan's turn then. Wren.
All right. Pretty much the same move. I mean, gonna move up a little bit.
Sorry. Yep. I need to change batteries in my devices, I think. Yeah, you move up and you can see around the corner this massive Duergar now.
Natural.
Damn, that's
20.
another crit.
Go.
Not great damage, but it's
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
It's fine.
It doesn't matter. That blade streaks out across the cavern and collides with his face. And immediately he begins to take his normal size once more and then falls limply to the ground.
Since I can't see anyone else, I'm going to join Rhowan over here and hide.
Yeah, make your stealth check. All right.
The thinking.
What's the range on a
Strategy.
javelin?
Oh.
30. Okay, hold on. Sylra, you hear this Duergar come running around the corner and go, "No, not Dagmuth."
We all have names and families, you guys.
Well,
We're horrible people.
they should have thought about that before they attacked us.
They should have thought about having names. Anyway, he comes running in and he also enlarges himself, but he has taken the dash action, so he's out of actions here.
Just a big boy now.
Just a big boy. You also see more approaching from behind him. Sylra, it is to you.
She is going to cast Eldritch Blast on this one.
What?
It would appear you rolled
Targeted
the
you
attack
targeted
twice.
yourself as well.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, you're welcome to Eldritch Blast yourself. That's fine.
oh, thank you.
Your attack against the Duergar was a miss, though. So
Have
you
it.
strike out once more, and he just bats it away with a hand in his larger form.
That's not very nice.
She's gonna just swear in Undercommon again.
What is everybody saying?
You hear him say, "Hot." Brielle, unless you had more to do there, Sylra.
You see him go like this. He has a crush on you now. You guys are gonna kiss.
Oh, dang. I
And
don't
then
want to
he
hurt
draws
him
his will
now.
pick.
She has a chance.
Shoot your shot, kid.
Brielle will probably just like scream out at them like, "You guys are all cowards, come on." No one's coming after her. They die before they get to her. And she'll just chuck a hand axe at this one, Duergar too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna hit. And it
Yeah,
did.
he's drawing his war pick as you yell at him. He doesn't understand you, but he seems interested in stabbing you. And as your
Good.
hand axe comes flying across at him, he bats it away with a pick. Is that the end of Brielle's turn?
Yeah. I have
All
no
right,
hand
Rhowan.
axes now.
Okay. Yeah, so I will. It worked so well last time, and it got Wren the sneak attack, so we'll see if we can pull it off again. These creatures are large now for
Yes.
mechanical purposes.
Yes.
Still works for Thorn Whip, large or smaller, so we're going to do that.
Totally.
Oh, that almost landed on the 20 again.
Yeah. This one just seems to be ready to fight more so than the others. And again, like as this thorn whip comes at him, he gets his shield up in between, bats it away.
We've got a competent one.
His love for Sylra keeps him going.
I love that.
And I'll just keep popping in and out of cover.
Absolutely. Totally viable strategy. Wren.
Okay, sorry. I realized I didn't turn on the channel point redemption, so I'm trying to fix that.
We're so prepared tonight.
Well, I turned it off yesterday because it doesn't apply to kids on bikes. I know I'm lit up, but I also hid. So am I hidden here if I'm not moving?
You are hidden because you are behind the wall, like you've broken line of sight.
Okay.
So, like,
but if I
yes.
pop out, do I get advantage on that?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on the first attack. That's fine.
Okie dokie. Oh, okay. It did it.
Yeah, with your +7, that is a hit. So you got sneak attack because you're hidden. Wren just pops out, releases a psychic blade, and it just catches him off guard completely, straight in the chest. Looks down at it as it disappears. He goes,
Well, as he's doing that, I'm gonna chuck another one.
"Yeah, go for it." Yeah, that's another hit. And again, he's about to say something in Undercommon as another one just cuts through his cheek, and he just snarls at you instead now, not wanting to waste the energy on words.
Rude. Yeah, I'm gonna pop back. Hi, Rhowan.
Hey, buddy.
He comes lumbering towards Brielle, and with his war pick in hand, swings heavily downward at her. That is going to connect. His pick gets right down under her armor, like right in the top, in her collar, and you can
Ouch.
feel the pick deep down in your chest, way deeper than you would ever want. And he just kind of like sneers at you as he twists and pulls it out.
I regret my taunting.
And as that's going on, you can see two more moving through the corridor. And as they're running towards this same gap, they both grow larger as they run until they're fully large size, and they rear back and both hurl javelins at Brielle.
What I'm built for.
So that's going to be one. A hit. That's a miss. All right.
Dang, girl.
That'll
That's
hit.
that 20. Yeah, so as you're reeling from this wound in your collarbone, you see a javelin incoming, and you rear back and block it, deflect it with your shield, leaving you wide open for the second javelin you did not see coming.
That's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah. And all of a sudden, you just feel the impact right in your chest, and it missed your heart, but not by much.
Rude.
You can see like the one who threw it to, like your eyes focus in on him for a moment, and like he's just ear to ear smiling at the thought that he just killed you. He didn't, but he thinks he did. Sylra.
She is going to cast Dissonant Whispers onto number 5.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Hey!
It's
Oh, that's
Yeah.
an attack.
That's a saving throw. Yeah.
I was momentarily excited.
what the heck? Okay.
So if they still take half damage on that,
Half
you can
damage,
just go ahead
yeah.
and then roll the damage, and it'll have it. Not bad. This cacophony, blah, blah, blah. I can't say words. Loud noise of whispers. Just torture his mind for a moment, but he shakes it clear, and his eyes just narrow in on Brielle again, wanting to make sure he gets that kill. Is that the end of your turn?
She is going to move over here 15 feet.
All right. Then Brielle.
I'm going to take my battle axe and I'm getting pissed. And she's just like grabbing the like javelin in her side and she's just like, ugh! And then she's just gonna try and hit this guy. We're gonna try.
Yeah, totally. The javelin just clatters to the floor as you swing down with your axe.
We said try.
You have advantage.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
gonna use
you're also
it.
not currently targeting him, just so you know.
Oh, what? It said it was. Working now?
You are now, yeah. But that's
Okay.
15, which I think is a miss. Yeah, that's a miss.
Ah,
Uh,
I'm gonna
16 is the
action
number
surge.
beats.
yeah, totally.
I'm real angry at this guy. I
Good.
just want to freaking hit him.
It's a good time to use it.
Yeah!
Definitely.
Okay, now I unselect him.
No, keep him selected.
Because you got
No,
she has
to
to
do
roll
my damage,
damage
I have
twice.
to unselect him.
Ah.
And then
Okay,
do it
but
again,
damage
and I'll take the
once.
bigger one and just drag it onto him.
Okay.
That's okay. So that's
8.
going to be the 8.
Select him again.
There we go. Yeah. So you pull this javelin out of you, you swing down hard, and he catches your wrist, and he seems like just like he's about to pull you down to the ground, and you pull free and just slash again, and you cut deep into his scale mail. Yeah, he's pretty wounded.
Good. That is my turn.
Awesome. Good turn. Rhowan.
I am gonna pop out again. See Brielle heavily wounded. Not looks like how's Brielle feeling at a quick glance?
She's feeling angry.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'll duck.
you may not have even seen the javelin go directly into her chest cavity, but with her back to
You
you,
would
you
have
probably
heard me
can't
go
even
like,
tell she's
"Ah," and
wounded.
swear. So
That's fair. Yeah, as I draw my hand out, a dagger made of ice appears in my hand and flies forwards at Duergar number 5.
Good choice. Yeah, make your attack roll.
And the other one needs to make the save too. Just the save.
Just the save, yeah.
Hey,
That's
I finally
failure.
go. Minimum damage.
What about the?
Oh, on a success, you
Oh,
take
you
nothing.
missed. Yeah, right. Got it. So yeah, no. This knife just streaks across, and the other one gets his shield up at the last second, and it impacts with it and explodes outward. The shrapnel just cutting up the other one's face, and he just looks at him like, "What the hell?"
Fight amongst yourselves. Fight amongst
Sorry.
yourselves. Yeah, I don't want to get javelin. That sounds like it hurts.
It very much
Would not
does.
recommend.
Ren.
And one day I'll hit one of these guys again.
Do I take advantage of the sneak attack or do I let Brielle finish that guy off because she's angry?
I don't care either way.
Okay, gonna move up again. And maybe this will hit. We'll see. Does it hit?
Yeah, so Ren comes running around her party, coming out the other side, throws her blade. Yeah, it totally collides with his throat and goes right up into his brain. You can see the psychic energy just pulse out, and he just falls backwards with a heavy thud before shrinking back to his normal size.
And Duergar 5 is gonna get 1 to his chest. Maybe. We'll see. Hey, look at
That's
that. You
it.
get 1 too.
Yeah, and it collides with him, and he feels it and looks at you and just starts moving forward.
And you don't give up, do you? All right then. I also don't like the sound of a javelin to my chest.
You got this, Brielle.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Sponge.
Just throwing healing at her and daggers past her.
Yeah.
They both march forward at Brielle menacingly, both of them drawing back with their massive war picks. The first one strikes at nothing. Brielle's just covered in steel and it just doesn't get through. The second one is going to try to take advantage of the distraction, and he does, in fact, get his war pick right into her side while she's focused on the other one. Yeah, it just gets in there deep, and then he pulls it out again. And
Brielle's
you're
bleeding
kinda-
a lot.
You're bleeding a lot at this
lot.
point. Yeah. Yeah, but that's their turns, so you got that
I
going
think
for
Ren
it.
turns to Rhowan. Brielle's bleeding a lot.
I got this.
Yeah, she's standing in like a puddle of her own blood at this point.
And there's so
Sylra.
much because I'm now enlarged.
Yeah.
There's twice as much blood as there normally would be.
So Sylra's gonna cast Fire Fire.
A fairy made entirely of fire appears.
That would be awesome. Since that's what a where
Target them both, and you can make them make their saving throw. That looks like a couple of failures to me.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and add that effect as
That's what
she
you want.
streaks out this magical light that just binds itself to them, making them much more obvious, much more easy to read.
and then she is going to back off a little bit.
Yeah, totally. Brielle, these
I'm
Angie Duergars suddenly got super bright and sparkly.
I'm going to hit number 5 because everyone's been kind of hitting him for a bit.
They've been whittling him down for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Double 12s, but it's still a hit.
Yay! Oh, wrong die. Oops. I'm real bad at this tonight, guys.
Seems like we're all doing
We're all
Oh,
off today. Only 2
nines.
9s.
39 technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But your axe gets right into his chest. Not as deep as you were hoping for, as his scale mail kind of prevents it from getting right in there. But you hear him like, "Ugh. Ah, bloga."
I
Sylra,
don't know what
he-
you're saying.
You heard him say "fucking bitch."
Sylra's again just chuckling in the background. Like,
Your friend's bleeding over there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
bleeding out. You're like,
Someone draw that.
That's how she did, she's bleeding.
Brielle's
is her head peeking out?
Rhowan, it's back to you.
Having been informed that Brielle's bleeding a lot, I'm gonna run up behind her and say, we're gonna patch you up here, and cast a cure wounds.
Yeah, totally. Cure those wounds.
What? My
Ooh.
dice are broken.
I'll take it. I'll eat it.
Hey, at least it's a +8 on that.
Yeah.
It's more than I could.
You didn't target her though, so
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't count.
I'll roll
Yeah.
again. I can't do worse.
Yeah, you start pumping healing energy into her, and weirdly, the puddle's still continuing to grow underneath you.
But some of it's going back up. It's kind of like this,
That's
like this
how it works.
Mobius fountain here. But I will. You know what? I'll step to the side and I will stay there.
Yeah, Wren.
I will work on that other one. I'll start working away at that guy. Drawing both. I just keep like ducking back, drawing my blades, and then coming forward and chucking them.
Yeah, totally. Just like Gambit taking a second behind the wall, then coming
Oh,
out.
missing. Oh,
Ugh.
that's a hit. Yeah.
Yep. So you got sneak attack because you have advantage, and because Brielle's there. So
Nice.
yeah, your first one just deflects off his scale mail, but the second one just gets right in underneath the helmet, and you can see him surprised by the damage. He looks around Brielle at you. Sylra, you hear the two of them discuss, quick, cut this one down and we'll get the others.
I'm gonna stay right there.
She's gonna say, "You fucking won't," in the background.
Sorry, you're saying what? You're quiet for me there.
She's gonna say, "You fucking won't," in the back.
And then
Is that Wren's turn?
Yes.
All right. Well, back to the Duergar then, who are sparkly and enraged and really want to cut through Brielle and get at the small fries that are taking away at their health. That's going to be a hit, and its war pick goes right into your chainmail. Again, going right through the shoulder, out the back. You can feel it like pulling your body as it rips it out again.
Have some regrets.
Focus fire.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
The second one, oh, that was so
Ah.
almost a 20. Which would have finished you off.
Would have, but didn't.
It did not. Yeah, he comes down with his war pick, and just at the last second, you get your shield between him and it just goes right into your shield, and he pulls it out. That's their turn. Sylra.
Okay. She is pissed off, but out of spell slots. She is going to cast Eldritch Blast. Really?
You have not had
Guys.
much luck with Eldritch Blast tonight.
I haven't had
Um,
much luck with anything tonight.
Very far. I cannot.
That was the
speak.
only one that worked.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
rolled
it's-
for that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a success, right? You know, it's working out. Hey, Max. Yeah, you streak out a blast of force energy, and it just disperses across his scale mail. Brielle, you're feeling pretty woozy here, but they're in your face and just relentlessly swinging at you with their pickaxes.
and I am relentlessly swinging back. I'm gonna hit. Hopefully. Yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. Your savage attacks
nice.
here, and
15, yeah.
Ooh. You're
That's
attacking
good.
5 still, right?
Sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, Duergar 5. Yeah, you totally break his guard as he's swinging away with his war pick. You make an opening, and at the last second, just bring your axe down and take his arm clean off at the shoulder. He just immediately drops to the floor, convulsing, and begins to shrink back down to normal size. The other one looks at him and just starts like grumbling angrily in Undercommon at you. Even to Sylra, this is just like a haphazard, like spewing word vomit of angry curses. Anything else Brielle's doing this turn?
Her hair is probably like, sometimes it kind of is a little bit soft glowing. It's getting a little bit brighter that anyone staying behind her will notice. Like, she's getting real angry, and so it's starting to slightly glow a little more. But she's just going to make sure she's standing there like she will die on this hill for protecting everyone. So that's my turn.
Absolutely.
She will literally die on this hill.
The stalwart defender. Rhowan, back to you.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Let's give you some more hit points just in case.
Pumper full of HP.
That's the idea. My target.
Yep, you got her.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
That is better, yeah. A bunch more healing energy just pumps into Brielle. Brielle, you can feel the wounds close up just enough that you can function without bleeding out.
Does this look any particular way? I'm curious.
Yeah, I think some of the larger wounds, it looks like little roots and vines grow across it and then pull together and soften back out into regular skin.
I love that.
And I'm going to stay there so I can keep doing that.
All right, Wren, it's back to you.
Yep. Same thing. We're gonna do it again.
Do it again, baby.
Kill them all.
Yeah, one more psychic blade streaks out across the cave, and describe how your blades look and describe what killing this Duergar looks like.
Yeah, so one of Wren's blades, she gets 2 of them, even though the first one kills them. The first one is a little bit larger, and it's just this chaotic purple and pink energy that extends from her arm, and it seems like the hilt kind of wraps around her hand in like this black shadowy material. And the other one's a little bit shorter, and it's a bluish color. And so as soon as she like flings her arm, it kind of unwraps itself and shoots through the air, launches right into his chest, and then just kind of dissipates like out the back of him.
Yeah, and with just one last death gurgle, he falls backwards to the ground and reduces down to medium size. And as you all kind of wait in that moment, wondering if it's truly over, cavernous tunnel grows silent.
Brielle's just gonna turn around and, like, in her large form, pick Rhowan up and give him a huge hug and just be like, "Oh my god, that was so fucking scary, but thank you so much."
You doing okay? You hanging in there?
I've been better. I'll put him
Here.
down.
You give a good hug. I feel a lot more limber now.
I like cracked your back in the process.
Oh, yeah.
Wren is gonna kind of move up to Brielle, and as she's like setting Rhowan down from this hug, she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, or like wherever she can reach.
I doubt you can reach the shoulder at the moment.
like the arm. And she just goes, You did an incredible job there, Brielle.
Really.
Thank you so much for standing in the gap for all of us like that.
Sylra's going to sort of jog up and sort of wrap her arms around wherever she can reach. Just be like, I'm so sorry, this is all my fault.
What? No, you're fine, Sylra. It's not your fault.
I convinced you guys to stay longer.
Hey, I think it was worth checking.
Who's to say we wouldn't walk into them later on?
It's true.
And because we waited, they came upon us in a situation where we had the advantage.
It is true too. But regardless, I'm still so sorry that you got hurt so badly, but I'm so proud of you for how strong you were to fight.
Brielle's kind of like choked up a little. She's like, doesn't have words. And then all she'll be able to like probably just to not deal with her emotions is just be like, how long am I going to be big for?
Well, do you want to be small or regular tall again?
Yeah, I think so.
I let it go.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Oh. That was amazing though, guys. Like, now she's like hyped. She's like finally over it and she's like adrenaline rush. She's like, that was amazing.
Hey, don't get too excited. You're still pretty heavily here. Eat the rest of these.
I'm okay. We should probably run. Or like maybe I shouldn't run because I'm loud when I run. I'm loud when I walk. But
just make haste.
okay.
Don't need to sprint.
I think though that we all worked pretty well there as a team.
I'd be dead without you guys, so I think so.
Yeah, I think some of us would probably be dead without you. That worked out.
Yeah.
Really
Those
well.
roaches just kept coming.
I think we should remember these tactics for future use.
Everybody hide behind Brielle.
Instead of a shield wall, it's just a Brielle wall.
All right, we should get going then.
Oh wait, before we go, and she'll like cast light on your bracelet again, just in case, because she's not been paying attention how long.
Thank you.
All right. How would you like to make your way back through this cavern?
Stealthily?
I think it'd probably be
We
wise
can
to
try stealthily.
take a modicum of caution.
Sylra,
Yes.
would you mind maybe having a mental connection with Rhowan, and I'll have one with Brielle, and Rhowan and I can go up ahead?
Yeah, we can do that.
Just because we have a easier time being quieter, I think.
Yeah, I just have to be within 30 feet. And
We won't
be
go
able
too
to-
far.
Brielle, can I get a stealth check in the tower, please?
I tried to in the tower, it wouldn't take it. Let's try again. There we go.
It's weird.
It just like sat on top of it.
That is strange. The heck is that?
It appears to be a 4.
I have to roll to use my connection thing after I use it once.
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah.
that determines the number of hours I can keep connection with Brielle.
All right. Well, Wren and Rhowan kind of take the lead here, moving ahead of the group, and it's pretty quiet. Whether that's all of them or maybe the others fled, you're not really sure. You do note that as you pass by the large carved out room, there is a little bit of torchlight that spills up into the room from the hole that was in the center of it. But it seems undisturbed, and at this moment you don't hear anything. You continue on southwards, and even the area that was a concern of arachnids seems to be completely vacant, empty, silent. You make your way further and further south out of the tunnel until finally you make your way out into the late afternoon air, and you're able to breathe easy once more.
That is a relief. It's safe, she says back to Brielle.
We're safe. They're safe. Let's keep going.
You all manage to make it out and into the open plateau once more. You are in the foothills of Mount Denmar, and you've got about a day's journey back to the Genasi village, if that's where you're intending to stop.
Oh, shoot. Would anyone have remembered to pick up the hand axe?
We did say to specifically remember to pick that up after.
I also have it as my only note that I wrote.
That's fine. Yeah, Brielle
Okay.
can have picked up her axes. Yeah. The only time I'm gonna like penalize you for like not saying you did is if like you're running from something or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like any warrior is going to pick up their weapons at the end of a fight.
Thanks, DM.
Yeah. So you are back out into the open air. Are you continuing on?
We should
What time is
probably
it?
find camp.
I think that Brielle, do you feel like you can keep walking? Still bleeding a little bit, I assume.
Yeah, I'm good. What's that face mean?
Can I make an insight check on
Go
Brielle?
for it. I rolled deception.
Or
If
persuasion?
you're
I
being
don't.
deceitful, like
Yeah, I'm probably lying to him, like trying to
Okay.
lie to him, even though I'm bleeding out. I'm
Yeah.
very heavily
you,
bruised.
you can tell
I'm
she's putting
bleeding.
on a brave face, but
So-
feeling wounded.
As a medical professional, I think it would be wise if we at least took a small rest for you to be able to catch your breath and tend those wounds. Magical healing is great, but it didn't get everything.
I don't want to hold people up though.
Well, I think
You're not holding us up.
you may be holding us up more if you attempt to walk through a swamp with open wounds.
Ooh.
That's a recipe for
Ooh.
infection if I ever heard one.
Yeah, no,
That
when
sounds
that happened, that's how I met Rhowan. He needed to deal with that.
You got attacked by Duergar?
No, I had a infected open wound because of swamp water.
It's nasty.
All right, well, you know better than me, so I just don't
Try
want to hold you up.
Try and find a place nearish by to take a short rest.
Yeah. Make a survival check.
Whee. Nope. There's no place good. We just sit down right here by the mouth of the cave.
Yeah. This area where you go into the pass is very much on a flat, stony plateau.
Yeah.
Basically, you would have to walk a couple hours if you wanted to find an actually like suitable place to rest outside of like plain view. You can always just sit on the ground and
Yeah. Or you can just eat these. It'll go faster.
Are you giving her good berries?
Yeah. They have 7 of them left, which each one of them does 4,
Times
which is a
7.
total of 28.
Are you taking them all?
No, she'll probably only take like 3 because she'll want to conserve just in case, and then once they get to a safer spot.
Oh, I can make more. I can make more.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's totally fine. I can make more if we need them.
Okay. She'll just like shove them all in her mouth, like in the most dainty way, aka not at all.
Yeah, as you're just chowing down on these good berries, you can feel just healing energy spreading out through your entire body. You feel almost 100% by the time you're finished.
Brielle, I couldn't help but notice. She's like asking you this while you're like chowing down on these berries.
Yeah.
You're were you aware that your hair glows when, I don't know, it seems to be tied, at least from what I've seen the 2 times that I've noticed, your hair glows from time to time. Did you know that?
Yeah, so her mouth is completely full and she's talking with her mouth full, but she's like, oh, my, and then she'll like finish chewing. And she'll like, oh, yeah, my dad says I'm a hothead, so it's kind of an after effect of it. Like, just, I don't know.
Is that a human thing then?
I don't know.
I've never heard
I mean,
of
I
that
had like
before.
red hair, so maybe it's like a redhead thing, because my mom and dad, they both have like dark hair, and so like it didn't ever happen to them.
Interesting.
Well, my hair only turns red when I'm very contented. Oh, not an angry thing. At least
So
not
it
for
just,
me.
like, plays with her hair. It's just like, my hair never changes color.
Ren's gonna turn her hair red. My hair turns red whenever I will it to, I suppose.
How do you make your
didn't-
hair change color? And she like looks at the 2 because her hair doesn't change color. It just lights up a little. So she's like, will you teach me how to do that too, as well as like turning into animals?
Well, I can try. I'm
Okay.
not sure if humans can do that.
Well, we'll try. I'm a
Yeah,
good learner.
give it a shot.
Well, you take
Do you
your.
think I'm not a
short
human,
rest.
Wren? You keep asking me that a lot.
I've known a lot of people. Back home, it was pretty much my job to be constantly meeting new faces, and I've never seen a human who could do some of the things that you can do. The light thing, the hair.
I
And
didn't
most
think
people
I
just
could
don't
turn
talk about
large.
it.
And I did that today.
That is fair. Is that a sore spot? Should I stop asking you about that?
No, I just think it's weird because I don't know what part of me is not human. Like it just seems really weird. I mean, I guess because you aren't human and like they aren't human, that like, no, like you probably know a lot of humans. I only know 2, but like, I don't know, it just seems weird.
Is there anything else that you've noticed about yourself that maybe your parents couldn't do?
I can read certain languages that my parents can't, but that's because we're from a bloodline of giants and stuff, and so like it must be a thing where every so often like someone in the bloodline can read, and understand it. That's why. And she'll like show you her axe with like the rune that she puts on it in the morning. That's what this is. This is giant. I've been told. I haven't met a giant, so really my dad could have been just joking around the whole time, and I'm just making up like my own language as a kid. But
I could maybe examine you and tell you if you're a human or not.
I think
Or if
I'm
you
okay.
take after the giants more.
I do. I was just large. Did you see how cool that was?
That was really cool.
I was a giant.
You were like 13 feet tall.
She'll just like look down at her feet and just kind of quiet up a bit, like not trying to be like, can we change the subject, but also like shutting down a little because she doesn't like the attention on her as much.
Well, maybe we could get someone to look at your axe if you want to know what it says sometime. And that way
That'd
you
be
can know
great.
for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
be
sure
great.
there's plenty of people who could read giant.
that's a great idea.
Sylra, it's important to note that your patron has given you the ability to read any language.
I was waiting for that.
Sorry.
It's okay if you don't want to engage at the moment, but I just wanted to remind you in case that slipped your mind.
She's going to just go over and look at it and read it, I guess, without really saying anything. If they allow.
Just like looking over it.
And if she's able to, she'll just say it out quietly, like a whisper almost.
You wouldn't be able to speak giant, but just read the written language.
Would she understand what that, like what it would mean?
Yeah, like you can read and comprehend any written language, but like it just doesn't give you the ability to speak it out loud. You could say it in common.
Yeah, that's what she'd do.
Okay, then Megan, I would need you to tell her what the rune means on your axe.
I'm trying to remember which one I cast on it. It's been so long. Hold, please. I think it was the fire rune I originally did. So it's just like the symbol itself is Futhark, but it's essentially just you get a feeling that like flames can like wield their way into her axe sort of thing, and then I don't know how to describe this because it's like a whole mechanic. Yeah,
I mean, it would
there's
probably
lots
be
of
some
parts to it,
flavorful, like.
but essentially you just get like a feeling that like it empowers, like it's kind of like a empowering fiery kind of symbol that buffs her weapon in a way that like she forms a bond with it and is able to do more with it versus like her regular hand axes, or if she was to grab your staff or something. Like it just has like this connection to her through it.
He's going to try and explain that in a way like some fiery bond that you can have.
But it is giant.
Yeah.
Well, there you
It
go,
is.
Brielle.
I guess Dad wasn't shitting me. I really can.
Well, on
Yeah,
that
that's the only weird
realization,
thing.
why don't we take a little break? Dad wasn't shitting me.
No shitting.
Put that on a
That'll
shirt.
be the title.
Yeah.
of this episode.
that's like a perfect just before commercial break line. Oh, Dad wasn't shitting me. So yeah, we'll take our little 5-10 minutes. So get some refreshments. Hey Mike, how's it going? Good timing. We'll be back in just a few minutes with some more Echoes of Convergence.
I came back to that, so
I'm drinking too much water.
Yeah, sorry everyone, we're just talking about how badly we need to be. And if you don't know what that is, join our Discord and ask.
And then you can leave because you don't like the answer.
Yeah.
You may
Or
never
stay
leave.
because you do.
Or stay because you don't want to sabotage me. You know?
Oh, there you go.
You
Whatever
can play your game
floats
how
your
you want
boat,
to
man.
play it. Yeah, so welcome back everyone. We're gonna jump back in. So you guys have taken a bit of a short rest. Since Brielle's literally the only one damaged because everyone hid behind her. If you want to roll a hit dice to get rid of those last few wounds, you're welcome to do so.
We're fine.
Okay. Yeah, so it is like late afternoon, almost evening. You know it's about a good day's travel back to the village. Again, if that's where you're intending to go, you seemed to be, but if you want to bypass it, you can do that as well. It is like the sort of the next stop on the trail that you took here. What would you like to do?
I think head that away.
Yeah, totally. All right.
I'm following Rowan's lead. He hasn't steered us wrong, so
That you know of. We got
I'm
pretty
having a
lost
great
there
time.
for a
We-
while in the swamp.
yeah, this was actually supposed to take 1 day.
He just didn't say anything.
You get back, Wilton Drindle's just like, guys, it was like a 6-hour trip. What the fuck is going on? I expected you back that night.
Oh, we took the scenic route. There was a lot of water in the way.
Yeah, you absolutely start heading back. You travel. I don't know if you guys wanted to try to avoid attention, or if you're keeping your eyes out for anything in particular.
Grung and Litherfolk.
Yeah, give me perception.
And I guess giant bugs that whatever we were warned about in town.
The
Potential
first
threats.
guy.
That's
Cracking
fine.
with the axe.
You're
Everything.
tamping the ground again.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can I say
Oh,
that Wren is
that was two
preparing
of you.
herself to avoid any cave-in below her feet at any given moment?
Perpetually taking the dodge action.
Yeah. You're you readied an acrobatics check. I will tell you this, it's hilarious. You both rolled at exactly the same time, making me think that someone rolled with advantage or something, and it really confused me for a minute. You also got the exact same result.
Wow, I rolled bad.
Are they really good or really bad?
Or
Or
average.
moderate. There's definitely a big middle ground too.
No. Only extremes.
No. All right, fine. We'll go with that. Yeah, you guys continue your travel back. Nothing really stands out to you as a threat or anything of interest, really. The foothills are rocky and barren. Only the briefest bits of vegetation here, and you're able to travel on into even through the night if you wish. But if you're going to stop for the night, you've certainly hit twilight without any interactions with anything.
How far would I estimate it would be to make it to the Genasi camp?
It would mean walking through most of the night.
Hmm. What do we think, gang? We good to keep going, or do we want to try and find some place to bed down here?
I mean,
How
I'd
are
be
we
Sylra-
feeling?
I'm feeling okay. personally.
Sylra is good to keep going.
I mean, my feet are a little bit sore, but I can continue on.
Do you want a piggyback ride for a bit?
I might take you up on that if they get even more sore.
Okay. I don't mind.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I
Looks
guess
like
we keep going.
Yeah, and I don't think Wren's gonna bother with the light. As it gets darker, she's just gonna kind of keep with the group, essentially. Thank you.
Whoa. You. Sylra failed her drink check. You guys, you continue on into the night. Certainly, the long day of walking and then multiple fights is wearing on you at this point. The rocky plains are pretty hard beneath your feet, and just the weight of your gear begins to strain your back and your muscles. Just when you're starting to feel like maybe continuing on is a bad idea, you see in the distance the glow of the Earth Genasi bonfire.
We'll keep
Oh,
an eye
don't
out for them
forget about the
special
rocks.
rocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
What just happened? Were we raiding someone else and then...
You didn't see anything.
Okay. This is a secret. Thank you for the raid, though. Yeah, I mean, they pointed them out to you, so it's not an issue. As you approach the village, just on the outskirts, you're able to find two of these rocks with flat bottoms. And, yes, Cheryl? They're known colloquially as the flat bottom girls. But who's going to like pick them up and use them?
I'll pick them up and give them to Brielle.
Okay.
Just smack these together real good.
I'll smack them together.
Yeah, you smack the flat parts together, and interestingly, the noise they make is just not what you expected from banging two rocks together. It sort of lets out this low boom, and like it reverberates out into the valley. You can actually hear the way it kind of like bounces off rocky surfaces and mesas that are scattered about the village, and it has like this pleasant melodic sort of hum to it that reminds you of the song that they sang that night that you stayed with them. When you do that, you kind of see one window in the closest hovel get dark for a moment as someone peers out, and a second later they come outside of their home. He comes out and he kind of like waves, and he's like unsure for a moment, and as he gets closer and closer, "Oh, hello.
We're back.
Good to see you." "Yes, you are. I can see that. Come on."
I love these guys.
Follow them. Follow them.
Yeah.
He leads you in and like just kind of circumvents his own home and takes you right around to the bonfire. There you can see people are already singing. Most of them look like they're probably several drinks in already. The day's work has long since passed, and in fact, probably the time for the bonfire to be extinguished is drawing near. However, the most interesting thing you see about the situation is that you weren't the only outsiders here this time.
Oh.
Yeah. There are 3 people with them at the bonfire, all of them wearing like plate mail, which at the very least, Brielle would know is extraordinarily expensive and rare to see just on common adventurers. Each of them is carrying a decently sized shield and weapon, and all of them have a blue cape tossed over one shoulder. There's an emblem on it that is sort of like a horizontal line with half of a sun.
Would I recognize that at all?
Given where you're all from, maybe not, but I'll let you make a history check.
Okay. Candusville. Is that gonna be in the tower?
You can do it. You can do it openly because the result's going to be immediately kind of noticeable.
Everybody or just Wren?
It's a not one.
Trying to think. Sylra definitely wouldn't. Just definitely hasn't had the chance to encounter them. Rhowan, maybe theoretically unlikely, but possible. Give me a history check. Brielle doesn't know anything. I don't mean that in a mean
just
way.
in general.
I love it.
She's so cloistered. She just wouldn't have any way to know.
Not unless they came in the shop.
No, and Brielle knows that there are heavily armored paladins all throughout Adagran, but they have their own like service of their armor. Their armor is actually extremely powerful and magically enchanted, and something beyond any normal smith's capabilities. But Rhowan, you've heard of a number of orders of different kinds. They seem to be all of one sort of. It's kind of like seeing a priesthood or a druid order. Like they look like they're part of a clan of some kind, but other than that, you're not familiar with them. But the three of them, despite having very kempt appearances, very shiny, polished plate mail, very clean blue cloaks, very clean-shaven faces, and like hair done properly and everything.
Are they all male?
They are all three of them male. One is an elf, two human. The elf is showing the impact of time a little bit, which leads you to believe he might even be hundreds of years old already. They're all of them red-faced and singing along and drink in hand.
Okay, before we like fully approach then, the Genasi was like walking with us, I assume. Wren is gonna say, "Oh, do you guys you have a party every night then?"
We celebrate work.
Oh, that's very nice. And as the people come into view, she goes, "Well, we're not the first ones here tonight."
Yes, other guests tonight.
Are they people of importance, or do you know them?
Me, no. But they seem to.
Oh, fair enough. She's just like, I'm not getting any information out of this guy.
You are friends, so please. And then he kind of just turns and heads back to that hovel that he came from. You get the impression that maybe he's like drawn the short straw and is on guard duty tonight.
Is he the same guy that saw us out, or a different one?
Different one.
Okay.
Though
get his
it
name
is
either.
kind of hard to tell. Like they all have very like dark features that kind of that there's like really indistinct swirls in their flesh that kind of like to humanize telling between them is kind of difficult, especially because they all have very similar mannerisms and way of behaving, way of speaking, that it's difficult.
Hi.
Every time. I
Every
love
time.
that. He doesn't acknowledge you.
Yeah.
But there seems to be others around the fire who have taken notice of you now. And you hear a very loud, obviously intoxicated, Brielle!
Hi. You
Come
remember
on,
me?
I want to show you what I made.
Oh, I thought work's over.
I'm not going to work on it. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
Come on. And she, as she does that gesture, she kind of spins more than she intended to and has to right herself. But she heads off towards the workshop.
I'll follow behind.
You follow her, and when she gets to the sort of like this long stone counter, she like reaches behind and like pulls up this massive hammer and just slams it down on the rock. Look at this! I made this myself, and it is completely made of Tenedril, and it could smash anything.
I'll go like closely inspect it. Do you mind if I can I hold?
Yeah, swing it at something.
Really?
Yeah. Here, look,
Can I,
and
like-
she extends a hand, and this stone pillar just erupts from the ground right in front of you. Go ahead.
Are you
Smash it.
magic?
We're all magic here.
Oh. Okay. If you allow me, I will totally do that. And then she'll
Yeah,
like
go
choke
ahead.
up on this thing and just like smash at it.
Give me like a strength check, athletics
Sure.
if you've got it.
Do I have
Hi,
athletics?
Raiders.
I do. Why is it advantage? I rolled the same thing twice. So.
Don't know, but you.
Oh,
rolled the
you're
same thing.
still under the effect of enlarge.
I didn't remove the effect from you. Thank you for pointing that out. But that's okay. Yeah, with a 17, you lift it, and like immediately you're taken by the weight of this hammer. Despite it being like a big old maul, like a big two-handed hammer, it is heavier than any hammer you've ever lifted. However, once you get it up and hoisted, you find that the way it's balanced allows you to maneuver it far better than you expected to. And as you swing at this stone pillar, it completely explodes. The not just the weight, but like something about the Tenedril head of the hammer just seems to absolutely destroy whatever it collides with. You sorry, I got distracted.
So did I.
Yeah, and she's like, see, isn't it amazing?
This is unreal.
I know, I got so much of it. Like we found a huge vein, Tenedril, and I'm gonna make so many weapons. I need to lie down. And she just turns
She's
around.
just gonna like support her. And she's like, do you want to go back to the fire?
I need to go home.
Okay. Do you need help going home?
I'm okay. She just completely stumbles her way around the counter behind, and like you can see there's like this hovel around the other side of the workspace, and she stumbles her way inside.
Brielle just like hold on to the hammer and like really in-depth look at it and like inspect her handiwork. Like she's mostly just admiring it, not trying to like get secrets out of it or anything. She's just really impressed by the work that she's done. And then when she's done, she'll lay it on the counter for her. And if there was anything that was like out of place, she'll probably tidy up her place a bit.
Yeah,
And then she'll
absolutely.
head
And
back.
you do, like you like the way she kind of leaned over the stone, she moved all sorts of stuff. And so like you're able to like put things back the way you saw them the I guess the day before. And yeah. But if you want to make me like a Smith Tools check or something, you might notice maybe some of the finer details that have gone into it.
Can I do like an investigation?
Yeah, sure.
Like, because Smith Tools I can't roll for some reason. Nothing. It's pretty.
Yeah. There's parts about it that kind of seem... Parts about it seem like not quite like she described it adequately, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Perfect.
So as Brielle kind of wanders off with this drunk Genasi, what do the rest of you do?
Probably fairly concerned about, well, I only need 4 hours.
Yeah.
Rowan's getting sleepy.
You said the party was kind of winding down now at this point.
I mean, it doesn't wind down. It goes until the fire stops.
Fair enough.
But you suspect that will be soon, based on the time of night it is.
Wren is feeling pretty tired, but if Sandrock is around, I think she would at least be polite and say hello and whatnot if they're gonna put us up again for the night.
Yeah. Right, looking for a sheet here. But yeah, you make your way to Sandrock. Sandrock is he is with the other guests. So I don't know if that changes.
No, I think she's curious enough that she would not mind engaging with them.
Sylra would come with her too.
Yeah.
Back.
And Rowan's just content trying to be sleepy by the fire. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's not much of a talker in a diplomacy sense, so I think he'll just maybe grab one of the drinks that they're handing around and wait to find out where we're sleeping tonight.
Fair enough. I cannot find what I'm looking for, but that's okay. Yeah, the two of you make your way through the party. Fortunately, none of the other Genasi seem quite as drunk as the Smith was.
She worked hard. They found a big vein.
That is actually kind of the heart of it. Is that like you're kind of forgiven for getting completely out of hand if you've really accomplished something here.
The more work you do, the more you can party.
Yeah. You make your way through the crowd to the center of where everyone's gathered around this hole in the ground that just exudes fire. And there, Sandrock and two other Genasi are kind of arm in arm with these heavily armored men who are just trying their best to sing along in this Earth Genasi way. And they're just kind of like...
Sandrock is also doing this?
He's singing very beautifully. But
they're all singing though.
That he is with them and actually engaged, and like he looks like he's probably had a few as well.
All right, Sylra, it looks like we might want to get our party faces on if we're gonna go have a chat. And she's going to kind of link her arm through Sylra's arm, and hopefully they can kind of match the vibe that's happening as they approach.
She's gonna link arms and be fine with that. And with one other hand, she's going to sort of cast the dancing lights again and do like the same sort of making them
There's
move
this like
around.
quick crescendo in the song as the lights come up, as everyone kind of like, oh, it's here again, and like, but yeah, and as you do that, Sandrock kind of looks over and takes notice of the two of you approaching. Hello, come.
Yeah, so we probably go over kind of like singing. We're both singing about different things, but it's all still sounding like very melodic. And she lowers her voice as they approach, and she goes, "Hello, it's good to see you again."
Yes, you have returned. I am impressed.
It was It was difficult, wasn't it, Sylra?
Oh, at one point we felt like we weren't going to, but we got through it. We're here. Happy to be here.
I think we
Mountains are
found our
very
stride
dangerous.
at the end there.
It is good. Will you be celebrating with us tonight?
Well, we wouldn't want to overstay. We didn't exactly lend our skills to you today. But if you could provide us with a roof over our head, that would be, we'd be grateful for that.
He turns and says something to one of the other Genasi in a way that it sounds like several boulders rolling down a rocky cliff. And he kind of tilts his head and kind of wanders off for a moment. We can maybe do something. But you are guests. You went into the mountain. What did you kill?
What did we kill?
Yes. You did not go through the pass without killing something.
Well, I don't quite know what the creature that we killed in there was called, but it was quite vile.
Spat out all these brains afterwards.
As Sylra was saying that, Wren's gonna pull out a piece of parchment and some ink and just kind of quickly do a little sketch of this grotesque thing and show it.
He gathers the people that he's with and pulls them in to look at it with him. That is disgusting.
It was very disgusting.
That is way grosser than the spiders.
Yeah. I almost would have rathered fighting the spiders, but the present that we were given here, the fruit, it did the trick.
Oh, it was so good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. The purple cactus does not bode well for the spiders, or really anyone. Do not eat it. I hope they told you that.
Oh, they didn't. I don't think so.
It gives us problems, but for you, I think you would die.
Good to know. Oh, how rude of me. She kind of looks at the armored men who were with them and says, I'm Wren.
They seem to be laughing about the fact that you would have died eating the fruit, and they're just kind of they're just very jovial. However, when you actually introduce yourself, the elf kind of my apologies. Wren, was it?
Yes. And this is my friend. And she's about to say Sylra's name, but then realizes it's not really her place to go around spreading people's names, and kind of gives her the space.
She's going to curtsy and say Sylra. Gonna go full out.
Wren, Sylra, very nice to meet you. I am Elias. I am captain of the Order of the Blue Dawn. And should you ever meet my superiors, please do not let them know how many drinks I have imbibed tonight.
I'm pretty good at being discreet. How about you, Sylra?
Yeah. I mean, we probably won't even remember by tomorrow.
That is good. That is good. I mean, I certainly won't, so why should you?
The Order of the Blue Dawn, what is that? Forgive me for not knowing.
You really don't know?
I don't know either.
We really need to work on our branding.
Well, the overall look is pretty identifiable as something that I've never seen before. Maybe it's just a matter of actually spreading the word.
Well, thank you. It's remained unchanged for millennia. Our order was founded, so many years ago. I don't even feel like trying to tell you how many. It was shortly after the time of the Second Convergence.
What would we know about the Second Convergence?
Ooh, make a history check. You certainly know something, but how much? Except Sylra, you don't know anything about it. You are from the Underdark. This is not a thing people talk about down there.
In the tower? Or
No, you can put it in the open. So you know how much you know.
21.
Not bad.
Wow.
All right. Well, then you know pretty much what, most people who know about it would know. And frankly, most educated people know something. So, like, there are scholars who've studied the convergence. In fact, the calendar is based on the convergence. That's how important an event it was. Let's see. You know that the first convergence has something to do with the elementals who formed this plane in the first place, and the gods arriving here. It maybe refers to just the two elemental powers and the gods like converging on this plane. It's really unclear. That's such ancient history. No one really knows anything. The second convergence has to do with a period of darkness that a bunch of heroes fought to end with the help of the gods. The gods were supposedly very active in these older times, but are now not quite as engaged. But the period after the second convergence was marked by divine intervention being sort of a common occurrence. Though, the idea that gods were like actively involved in the day-to-day lives of people make most people go, it's fable. It's just what people say. Though there are still some gods that many would say are pretty active in terms of what's going on in recent days. But yeah, other than that, like, that there was this period of darkness, some heroes and gods fought against it, and that's literally the date that you're counting away from on the calendar, is the second convergence.
Sorry, I'm reading.
I know, that's fair.
So it's safe to assume that then, like, just looking at them, they're paladins then, based on just like connecting the dots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there some sort of like known, like, how diverse are the gods? Like, would it be, because when I think about, like, some of our campaigns are like, there's two gods, and then this one, I'm like, is there many, and I can't just assume
Yes.
what god it is?
Yeah, no, there's many gods. So basically, like any gods you would find in like the DM guide are around to varying degrees. There's also the prime divinities in this world, which is, gosh, I don't think I've actually counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 prime divinities that are sort of like the most powerful gods. They're likely the first to have taken over here, though that's not necessarily the case. There's also a number of what's called the Forsaken divinities, which are evil gods, or, well, it depends on your point of view, I suppose. And then there's a number of lesser divinities that are commonly known. And like, you could probably name like 7 of them, though in reality there's hundreds.
Fair enough. I just wanted it to not be insulting. A friend was like, so which god? Like, Yeah, Wren is just like, oh, interesting. What god do you serve?
We don't serve a god, we serve an oath.
Oh, you all share the same oath?
Yes, that's what makes us the Order.
And what is your oath?
Well, there's sort of stages of understanding it, though. Essentially, our oath is to justice, but not law. And I want to make that clear. Our founder was... He dealt with law regularly in his heroic time on our plane, and he found it wanting. That the powers that be were often corrupt, and the law itself could be a poison as much as it could be a panacea. So, what we do is that we hold up the truest ideal of justice. It's not about punishing the guilty, but it's about lifting up the oppressed. It's about guiding the lost. It's about preventing one from bearing their power over a weaker one.
How noble.
That is very
So
noble.
yes, that's why I took the oath.
Oh, and you guys have work all the way out here, or are you just visiting friends?
He looks at the other two and kind of hesitates.
Insight check.
Uh,
Just kidding.
I mean, you can.
Depending on what he says, I might insight check.
We don't have work of an official capacity. We're sort of investigating.
I suppose that's information that you'd rather not share.
Cadence is a complex place, and a lot of powers that be are investing a lot of resources into cultivating this land, and the Order is concerned that intentions may not always be as altruistic as they appear at first.
That's fair.
It's unfortunate that there's a flashlight coming into and out of focus
I
repeatedly.
thought I was going crazy.
No, it's been like bothering me all day.
I've totally lost my train of thought.
The Order is concerned about the motives of people.
Right. Yeah, I had concluded that thought and moved on to another one, which is why I'm like, but basically, we just want to make sure that no one power gains the ability to oppress this land.
So, sort of like everyone has equal chance to shared knowledge.
I suppose, yes. Knowledge is something that belongs to everyone, and though dangerous knowledge exists as well, but it's not our say to say who can and cannot have dangerous knowledge, but rather what it cannot be used for. There are lines. But this is such a heavy topic.
You're
What
right,
are you
it's-
and your friends doing out here at an Earth Genasi village where I suspect you probably almost got yourself killed arriving for the first time.
Well, yes.
You're not wrong.
Sylra looks
to
over
protect
to
the ways.
Wren to sort of see, like, what should we say about why we're here?
We're just adventurers, you know. We're a skilled couple of people and our friends, and she like kind of looks to see if she can see Brielle and Rhowan now, and just kind of gestures in the direction if they are within view. So we have a mutual contact, and they needed work done, so we traveled out this way. You know how it is in the adventuring life. People need things handled in a way that maybe they're not able to.
Yes,
But,
it's a noble and exciting pursuit. Stake out in adventure, and I mean that's sort of what we do every day.
Plus, we were also told, well, what was the village, Silverbrook? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
We were told back in Silverbrook that we wouldn't make it out this way and come back alive, and I was determined to prove such things wrong.
Can't argue with that. You seem more than capable. I have a sense about people. I think you two are going to go far. You can see as he says that the two younger human men are kind of snickering to each other.
Interesting. Is something funny? She like kind of.
They seem caught. Like they kind of look at you and like, oh, no, nothing's funny. Nothing's funny except Captain used that line on every girl he meets. He turns around. He's just like, maybe you should set up our barracks. And man, come on, Derek. And the two of them just go, and you can actually see that where they head to is the hovel that you stayed in last time you were here. I don't say it to everyone I meet. I do have a sense about people, and I think that you two are going to make it.
Sense about females. She'll sort of snicker shyly in a way that would seem like flirting.
Give me a performance check.
Why is this one high? Oh, right, 'cause charisma. Let's see.
You're a charisma character, yeah. Actually, I think I'll give him an insight check with disadvantage.
I didn't mean for it to go this way.
All right. It seems that you're on to me. It's fine. I just, young, attractive adventurers are not so common in the order.
I mean, no judgment. You use the. I assume that it's worked for you before, so you kind of use the tools that do the job.
Yeah, it worked for me about 200 years ago when I was in a little bit better shape.
You don't look too bad.
It's kind of you to say, and the armor hides most of it.
It's like tucked in there if he like took it off.
when he takes the breastplate off, he also has to take the girdle off.
yeah. The shapewear.
They keep insisting he gets it resized, and he refuses.
We've had a long travel, but it was nice meeting you.
You as well. I assure you, I will remember this meeting for. Why am I trying to bullshit you? I will not remember you in the morning, though I wish I would. You are both very beautiful. Good night. And he just like stumbles off towards that same hovel.
Was that you flirting, Sylra?
No, but yes. I was trying to see his reaction.
You were trying to get under his skin.
Yes, those are the words I was looking for.
Sandog. It looks as though the place that we stayed before is occupied. Is there anywhere else that we could stay for the night?
Yes, that is what I have Arco looking into.
Okay.
Actually, you've been chatting a while. Argo returns and he says, "You can rest there." And he points to not the smithing workshop, but like there's like a pottery and earthenware area that is sheltered and kind of surrounded by these stone counters that seem to just rise up out of the very ground. It looks like it'd be decent shelter, especially considering the weather's not bad right now.
Oh, thank you.
It is not much, but it is what we can do.
It's a lot better than where we would have been staying, so thank you so much.
We will make more homes for later. And at that, the fire snuffs out, and you now just see this open hole that goes down an indeterminate amount into the earth.
Is there any other light out here aside from the fire?
Moonlight. There's also light kind of pouring out of windows. The homes have like fire pits and that sort of thing.
So it's like not pitch black. It's
No,
it's
like
okay.
there's ambient light to a degree. You're not completely blind at this point.
Okay. Then shall we go find Rhowan and Brielle?
I imagine
Yeah, we
Brielle would
should.
be on her way back by now as well.
I've probably passed the like 2 human guys and introduced myself, and now I'm walking back to the camp.
As you're like coming towards them and they're heading back, you can see one of them nudge the other one and point at you, and one of the guys kind of like straightens out and like walks up to you. He's like, "Hi, I'm Derek."
Hi, Brielle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Brielle. You are huge. I mean that
Wow,
in like the
rude.
nicest way.
Who's
I
the
don't
girl?
see many women who lift like you. Like, wow.
You see many women?
I guess not as many as I'd like to, but
Well, here I am. Hi, hello.
hi.
You going to
Hello.
bed?
I guess I probably should, yeah. And the other guy just laughs and shoves him. They just walk on.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, it's nice.
Wait, I didn't catch your friend's name.
Greg,
Hi, Greg.
hi.
Have a good night. Go find my friends.
Greg the Paladin.
Greg and Derek.
Such
You know?
paladin names.
Not Derek
I mean-
again.
Some commoners just join an order, you know? That happens.
Every time.
And then I will have joined them.
Yes. Yeah, she reconvenes with you guys at the center of town.
Looks like we have somewhere to stay tonight. They said it's not much, but I think we can all agree that it's better than sleeping out in a swamp with no other people around us.
So much better.
Yes.
That's great of them to do for us.
Yeah, we didn't even have to help this time, which is, I guess we're just welcome here now.
I read the 4 humans joke and killed me.
Knowing 4 humans is enough. I think we can all agree on that. I got
5,
4 right
I am
here.
a
I don't really
human.
need.
Does anyone truly know themselves?
True.
Sun Tzu, maybe?
Sylra is just gonna be like, well, I'll take first watch so everyone else can get some rest.
I have a question for the DM before we go to bed.
Answer a
Um,
question.
How do forgeries work, and how long does it take to copy something?
Depends on what you're copying, and depends on how skilled you are. Why don't you make a check with your forgery kit if you are planning to copy that scroll?
Right. With my forgery kit, how do I do
Yeah.
that?
I mean,
It's not like a
it's,
sleight of hand thing.
you could do sleight of hand. That'd be fine. You're proficient with it, so it's all the same.
I mean, I have expertise. No, oh no, I got proficiency. Never mind. That's fine. Wow. Okay. She's tired.
Yeah. So you start
Mostly-
working on.
Mostly, I was wondering like how much time, because we don't
Well,
have
that's-
much time.
That's why I'm having you roll. Like you're more than capable of doing it, but this is a fairly large scroll, and like you're not trying to create like an exact replica that people would go, oh, this is absolutely that thing. What
Yeah.
you're trying to do is transfer that information to someone else,
Mhm.
which is easy enough to copy, but there's some of these technical schematics and that sort of thing. There's even like magical inscriptions in some places. So you're finding like you're writing things you are completely unfamiliar with. And so with a 9, you find that you make your way through about 5% of the document over the course of like a couple hours.
Okay, but that's what I was asking. Like, if it was gonna take too long, then she would have went to sleep. Is why I was kind of figuring that out. Because
I mean, I'm like, assuming you're using up the time you have to still get a long rest kind of thing. Like,
okay.
that's what you get through.
Then I think, yeah, at some point, Wren just kind of excuses herself, and she's like, I need to think on some things. And she's gonna go, like, out in the back. But she asks Brielle first. She goes, would I be able to borrow some of your light?
Oh, yeah. Bracelet okay?
Yes, please.
She'll like cast light on her bracelet.
I'll be back soon. And she's just gonna excuse herself, and she kind of sets herself up, and I think she only copies like the things that look easy, and everything else just looks like a blur to her. She's like getting tired, and then finally just like turns in for the night.
Are
And she is
hiding that you're doing this?
I'm trying to make sure that the party at least doesn't see that I'm doing this, yeah. Like that you just rolled. Alright. Cool. She does that then. And then makes a note that she needs to make more time at their next stop.
Yeah, actually, I would like for you to also make a stealth check, I suppose.
Power?
Yes, please.
If I fail, I would like to boost it with my ability.
Yeah, that won't be necessary. Yeah, so Wren kind of makes herself scarce and disappears somewhere.
I think she spreads out some other things to make it look like she's not just copying the scroll. She has like a bunch of stuff out in the grass somewhere.
And Sylra's taking first watch. And is Brielle and Rhowan gonna get some rest?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll take like last
Okay.
watch or whatever.
All right, Sylra, give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you watch the surrounding area. It seems that very little seems interested in approaching this Genasi village. You don't hear anything aside from their movements, and none of them seem particularly interested in being near you guys at this point. They seem to trust you after the last visit. You do note that every once in a while one seems to like walk by, actually the one who kind of brought you into the village this time, walks by glaive in hand and kind of stops in front of the hovel where the Order of the Blue Dawn is staying. But he moves on, you know, he's not keeping that close an eye on them. Other than that, it seems like a peaceful night. However, you do note that about a couple hours into your watch, almost at the end of it, you see something streak across the sky, something that obscures the stars as it moves through the sky silently. Doesn't stop, doesn't slow down, but given how far away it must have been to have not made any sort of sound, and how much of the stars that obscured it must have been quite large. And that's it.
She'll be nervous, but she won't wake anyone because of it until Rowan's ready to get out of his trance. So we'll sort of tap Rowan to see if he can come out.
Hey. It's been 4 hours already?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm starting to get tired. Just so you
Get some
keep your
rest.
eye. Yeah, thank you. Just keep your eye out on sky. Something blocked out some stars a while ago. I don't know what it was. It was weird, but yeah, just if you see anything, just yeah, you'll know what to do. Hopefully,
Got it.
I don't know.
I'm sure I'll figure it out.
And she's just gonna plop herself down somewhere.
Yeah. Rhowan, why don't you give me your insanely high perception check?
You got it.
Not quite as high as I was expecting, but still high enough.
I mean, the lowest I can roll is a 10.
It was above that.
Yay!
You watch out, and much like Sylra found, the village is quiet. There doesn't seem to be much that wants to approach. You also note the guard who checks in on the Blue Dawn every once in a while. You also notice that one hovel where there's like a curtain sort of thing drawn across the doorway, because none of them have built doors. It sort of slides open, and a Genasi leaves one home and goes to another.
Eyebrows.
But other than that, nothing much of note happens until quite close to the end of your watch. You see a similar shadow moving across the stars, northward towards the High Father.
Interesting. Would I be familiar with any sort of creature that would even be large enough to do that, let alone tell what this specifically is, because it's the middle of the night set against the stars?
Make a nature check, and maybe we'll see.
Probably not.
I mean,
That wasn't terrible.
You're looking at it as it moves across, and it making out a shape is really difficult. It's moving fast. It's very far away. You can only see the silhouette, and only barely. But what you do note is a long neck, big wings, long tail, and your mind goes to dragon. Maybe a bug dragon, I don't know.
Maybe bug
I'm
dragon.
just pandering to chat.
Give the people what they want.
I kind of want to make one now. That's not what this is, but maybe.
Sounds cool.
Is there one in Fizzman? I'm gonna have to look after stream.
But other than
Interesting.
that,
Yeah.
your watch is pretty uneventful. Do you wake anyone else, or do you just kind of like ride out the full?
Nah,
4
I'll
hours?
write it out.
All right. Well, then we get to the end of the long rest. You are all long rested. I will do that in the tracker. Brielle and Wren, you wake up having not been woken for watch at all through the night.
I only need 4 hours of sleep. Yeah, we were 4 hours of pseudo sleep.
Same.
Brielle would probably be like, I told you to wake me up.
Yeah, you did. I didn't listen. How many times did you get stabbed yesterday?
Okay, fair.
If you really want to know, you could probably count the holes in her armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to patch this shit up.
I mean, I can help you patch that up if you want.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay,
I don't mind. It gives me something to work on.
that's fair. I get that.
It is worth noting they have a smithy here. If you
I
wanted
know.
to stay a little while and like fix things up, that's an option.
We should go to Wilton, though.
Oh, yeah. Sylra, I think I saw that thing that you saw.
Yeah, right? Like, what
was
do
big.
you think it could be?
Did you say you saw it? Was it heading south when you saw it?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
going
think I
south.
saw whatever it was coming back. I don't know. I couldn't, it was so dark and so far away, but only thing, like, my mind tells me something like dragon, maybe something like that.
Well, that wouldn't be fun, but yeah. Oh.
I suppose that explains why it didn't bother us. I imagine we're not really worth its time down here.
Probably not. I mean, I don't think they're all bad. They all like riches, though, and there's not a lot of shinies around here, so we're probably fine.
Do we know anything about High Father Mountain and dragons? Like, how has any of you heard anything like that?
Have we heard anything like that?
No, there's not been any reports as of yet of dragons in the High Father, but the High Father is such a massive mountain that, so normally say a red dragon or a white dragon or a silver dragon, whatever, might make their home in a mountain, right? The High Father is large enough that it's very possible there's multiple dragons layering on it and aren't even aware of each other.
It's that size.
It's literally like just the largest thing on this plane of existence.
Cadence is very rich with untapped resources, though. Yeah, it would make sense for a dragon to maybe want to protect some of that if they have a home nearby. Some of that.
Oh, if it is a dragon, then we'll have some fun stories to tell if we survive.
You guys seem really relaxed for talking about the dragon. Can I just say that?
Well, it's really far away. I'm not sure. I didn't really get a good look at it, but it's the only thing that came to my mind that it could be, and it was leaving us alone.
Doesn't seem to have any intent towards us, and I have certainly no intent towards it, so as long as it stays that way, I think I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's if anything changes, then maybe I won't be so collected.
Got it. Yep.
Are you okay, Brielle?
That's a little terrifying. But no, we'll be good. I ain't get stabbed for nothing. Yep.
Well, perhaps we should continue our journey then, and away from where the dragon seems to be lingering.
So you guys
My
head
vote's
out
yes.
of town?
I think so.
All right. Why don't you make a survival check for me, Rhowan, to lead this party back on the long journey southeast.
Let's see how long this takes.
48 years.
19.
No, it's pretty good. You start making your way back out of town. One of the Genasi kind of sees you out to the edge of their territory, as is their custom. And he says, when you come back, you bang these rocks.
Oh, yeah, they told us.
Okay. That's it. He turns and heads back into the village. You
It's
guys...
just the standard.
He doesn't know what you've been told. Just... You guys make your way. Making your way down south.
Moving slow. There's water everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, the first leg of the journey is still across the plateau. And for the first half of the first day, you're fine. Then as you get to the edge, you step down onto like the marshy wetlands where you've been, except not as wet as it was. In fact, the ground seems to have absorbed most of that moisture now.
Good. This is more seasonal for this time of year. Seasonally appropriate.
Is that normal for it to ebb and flow like that?
Well, it shouldn't be like this amount of rain that we've been getting doesn't seem normal. But it going away when it stops, that seems normal.
Still seems fast to Rhowan.
Okay. This is a little fast. A little fast.
It's been what, a day?
With how flooded it was, it going away in a day or so, pretty insane.
It's a little fast, but
Would Sylra have seen anything like this in the Underdark?
I mean, you don't really have natural weather in the Underdark. You've got like bodies of water that exist, but they're underground lakes, deep underground, and you have some like a few sort of river systems kind of thing. but it's not like this. You don't have rain for 3 days that floods the entire Underdark, you know. So all of this is kind of new. You've experienced weather, obviously, in your many years on the surface, but probably a deluge like that of multiple days was a new experience for her.
Well, so far this journey has all felt very strange and new to me, so I guess let's continue on. Hope that nothing else goes amiss.
Yeah, you guys continue on south, and the first day goes off without really any issue. In fact, as you get for another, you get another, 6 hours into the day of travel, and so like another 12 miles or whatever it is, and you find that the water lines are pushed way back. Like it seems like they are mostly contained to the water system that is common or expected on your maps and that sort of thing, Rhowan. It's still a bit marshy in places for sure, because there's just nowhere for all that water to go most of the time. But you're traveling sort of the same route that you took out there, and you're not encountering these big bodies of water or places where grung or lizardmen might be hiding.
We love that.
You find yourselves to the same hill with the rocky protrusions that you slept on that previous night, and the night goes off without any issue.
Can I roll to...
Yes, you can.
I'm taking every opportunity here, man. What? Come on.
Oof, that is rough.
Oh.
I mean-
I also need you to make a stealth check, please, if you're trying to conceal what it is you're doing with it.
Yeah.
If you weren't trying to be so sneaky, Rhowan is proficient with calligrapher's tools and could help, but that's fine.
Yeah, you make it about another 5% through. You're 10% in, and you're nearing your
I
destination.
think she's getting a little bit desperate now at this point.
You might have to make compromises to try to get it done if she wants to complete it before they arrive.
Yep. But we have one more stop before going to town, right?
Yes. So you continue on for another day, and again you find that it's just not nearly as wet as it was on the way out. It's wild to think that you were barely able to find paths to traverse in the wetlands just a couple of days ago, and now there's barely a puddle in sight. But the journey goes easily with the ground drying beneath you, and not a lizardman or grung in sight. You find with another full day's travel, you make it back to Silverbrook without any interference. And when you arrive there, you find your good friend Griggs. Very excited to see you.
Oh, man.
Rhowan, good to see you. Oh my gosh, you won't believe it. Someone was asking about you.
Was it that guy who was telling us we were going to get eaten by giant bugs?
No, he was a little guy like me. He's I think he was a singer.
Singer?
Yes.
Yeah, like a performer.
Was it Friedrich?
He's really
quite
good, isn't he?
He's talented.
He's amazing. And I think on that weird note, we'll call it a night.